I missed the first meet. Wauseon High School. We kick off NWOAL volleyball matchup tonight as the Indians play host to the Bryan Bears. Hello again, everyone. Alongside my partner, Miles Holliday, I'm Randy Roberts, partner. Jumping right into NWOAL play tonight. A couple of teams that have struggled so far through a handful of non-league matchups, but big important step here, kind of learn where you're at. And you can't win all your league games if you don't win your first one.
You're right about that, partner. And where else would you rather be than right here, right now? Two teams really need that fresh start, don't they?
They do.
1-4 for Wauseon, 1-3 for Bryan. Both teams are 0-0 though tonight, right? It's the start of the NWAL season. You can get things going in a positive way. Bryan coming off a tough 5-set loss last night at Paulding. They look to be figuring out a little more than Wauseon is. Wauseon still kind of scrambling a little bit. Who's going to fill roles? Bryan looks as if they might be primed to start playing good volleyball.
As you mentioned, Miles, Bryan comes in at 1-3 with that win coming on Saturday when they defeated Napoleon in 4 sets. But you take a look at the teams that they lost to. You mentioned Paulding last night falling in 5 in a game where they battled back after being down 2 sets to nothing. Also swept by Tenora, swept by Fairview. A couple of teams that's going to do that to a lot of teams, including the team that they're seeing on the other side of the net.
Tenora got their first loss last night against Leipzig, but they've been unblemished until that point. In Fairview, we saw them. How good is that Kreitz young lady? Very good, right? That's a fantastic program. So, you look at the measuring stick. Like they've kind of measured up a little bit better with their opponents. Tough loss last night, though. You mentioned how they battled back. They lost the first 2 sets to Paulding, came back 25-23, 25-23, and then we're even down 14-10 in the 5th set. Battled back to tie it at 14, but lost 16-14. You talked to Coach Melanie Reinert, and she says one thing she likes about her very young team, only one senior, is that they continue to work hard, and usually that's going to get you in the right spot.
And let's get into our keys to the game here for this one tonight. Partner, let's take a look first at the visiting Bryan Golden Bears.
Yeah, one thing that Coach Reinhardt talks about is be here now. That means be in the moment, right? You make a mistake, move on. She chants that to her team. Make sure today, even if you make a mistake, be here now, move on. Number 2, limit errors. Boy, wouldn't every volleyball coach like to say that, right? Well, what they're talking about is communication. Make sure you can communicate. A lot of times with young players, they forget to call out what they should. And then get the V with Ella V. What a fantastic player. Number 10, Ella Van Steekiesti. We're going to call her Ella V tonight because that's what the girls call her. She is a tremendous player. Going to play at Ohio Wesleyan, 6-foot middle hitter. She's going to be the only senior that leads the way for them.
And about the keys tonight for the Wauseon Indians, who, by the way, picked up their first win of the year on Saturday by sweeping Toledo Christian.
Go quick, right? Don't worry about 1, 2, 3. If you can get that ball over, get it over quickly. Defensive coverage, that was a problem when we had them against Fairview. Remember Fairview with a couple peekaboo easy points in that one. Make sure you're covering the court. And then Tester to terrific. Johanna Tester, she is a second NWOAL player last year, second team player. She's going to have to do a great job for them to get the win today. Does a lot of work on the outside. We saw her against Fairview. She was outstanding. Fill her up in a big way.
Yeah, Tester with 10 kills, by the way, in that win over Toledo Christian. Talk about the win for Wauseon. Losses against some tough teams as well. 4 to Maumee in their opener. Were swept by Fairview. Lost in 4 to a Hicksville team that Miles and I got to see recently. And in action last night, they were swept by Elmwood.
How good was that game last night? Hicksville and Hilltop, folks. If you're watching this and you didn't get a chance to see it, go back and watch that thing. 5-set thriller. Libby Baker, dominant, wasn't she?
She was. So Kenzie Worth is going to get things going for Bryan as the Bears have the opening serve. We are underway with NWOAL volleyball play. Cross-court kill is dug out, and Bryan will go on the attack right in the middle. Right on the line, just past it. That's going to be ruled out.
I like it. Both teams smart. Getting your big hitters involved early. First, Wauseon with Tester, and then Ella V just goes a little bit long playing that middle.
Ava Kovar, who had 3 aces in their lone win against Toledo Christian with a good serve. This one blocks back, but it is going to get up and over the net, and the matching point scored by Bryan.
That time Ella V goes on to the outside, started in the middle. Wheels out to the outside, gets the kill off the double block.
Delania Lingham with the serve. And Wauseon finds an open spot, and it's Ellie Stuber comes through with a big kill.
Yeah, really nice set by Kovar. Get things going for Wauseon. Team that struggled, you get off to a good start. That gives you some confidence.
Here's Bella McGuire set to serve for the Indians. Sends this into the back row. And Ella V gets to take a little something off that one, but good enough to get the point for Bryan.
Yeah, Ella V's got her cheering section across the way. Also says Ella in the house. And you got the little cutout of the head over there. I'm guessing that might be little sister. What do you think?
It does kind of look like it. Uh-oh, now the head fell off. Now everything's going to get fixed. There we go. Not the real Ella. She's going to serve here. It's a good one. Wauseon by the scores tables can come up and play this. Well, we are going to have a double hit called on the Indians.
There it is. There's the sign. Everything's spelled right and everything. Look, I like that volleyball. I love the design on it. Very creative.
I don't know if Ella's going to face down right into the right into the bleacher.
That young lady has no idea she's on TV.
And how about Ella V firing the ace into the corner?
Also unimpressed. Big ace, and you look over and she's like, ho-hum. I've seen her do it a lot.
And it's ace number 7 puts her second on the team. 59 kills lead the way. 13 blocks lead the way. And serve in the net, so Wauseon will get the serve back now. Down 1 at 4-3.
You saw it go right into the net. And how about the sway on that net? That is a loose net today. You get the top of that one, it's going to roll over top. It's interesting where we go and broadcast from. Some schools have really tight nets, others are loose.
Ava Pilak is going to serve up an ace. That one thought to be tracked down by the libero in Claire Stever. Powerful serve. This one is going to be played by Bryan. LV from the back sends it long, and Wauseon is going to jump out in front.
Yeah, you know how you get a lot of respect from your teammates, and everybody looks in areas that you're really good players when they set you from the back row, right? You are a special type of player. That one just went a little too long.
Wauseon continuing to fire away.
And Mackenzie Mason just couldn't get underneath it. The jump serve of Tester, an early difference for Wauseon.
Yeah, I might have. Yeah, Tester, pretty solid serving. This one's going to play up off the low-hanging trusses. Everything in play. Wauseon unable to send it over.
Really unfortunate for Wauseon, right? Threw him out of sorts. Looked like they had a good beat on it, but hit that pole and comes right down. Got to talk to Matt Hutchinson, athletic director here. Open up the roof. Got that retractable roof. Hutch, go ahead and use it.
Wauseon able to power through a block. Natalie Stevens, who just checked in. You see number 7 at the bottom of your screen come through there.
Well, you can go around a block or you can go through a block. That time, I'm going to go right through it. The double wall not really set. Kind of late getting over there. Hands not in front. Go ahead and go through it.
This is Braylon Roop. Ready to serve. Bryan has to play this from the back. That one will catch the top. So Miles said still going to swing around the net. The kill opportunity goes in the net.
Got the advantage of rolling over top, and then I'm not sure it would have got back anyhow. Hits the middle, the net comes down. It's kind of like the family get-together net, isn't it? All friendly.
Claire Stever able to get the serve over. Now Bryan playing up towards the net, and a heads-up play as Jaylee Lowe, number 4 for Wauseon, right in the middle.
Jaylee Lowe says, free pizza for me. Set me up, I'll make you pay. Huge difference for Wauseon. Of course, when he had them against Fairview, she was out of the lineup. You see what a difference it is having Lowe in it.
Bryan able to get the ball over the net, but Wauseon getting set up again with Stevens. One is dug out from the back. One up and over. Ruling is going to be a deflection.
How about Kenzie Worth? A little bashful. Not how I planned it, but I'll still take it. 27 kills for Worth coming into tonight. you have a big player like LV in the middle, you have to have capable people on the outside so people can't just focus on taking her away.
Mary Blue able to fire an ace for Bryan. We're tied up once again.
Mary Blue had a tremendous effort last night at Paulding. She played the back row, chasing absolutely everything down in that thrilling 5-set loss.
Now Wauseon trying to get set up. Just have to bump this over, but it goes long. Bryan trying to put a run together here.
Both coaches have their teams ready to go. Both teams playing extremely hard, playing well too. You don't look like 1-3 and 1-4 teams.
And for the past few years, they really haven't been. Good double block up front for Bryan. Wauseon able to get up and over it on the second effort. Now LV in the middle has that one blocked back at her, and Wauseon picks up the point.
Yeah, how about the work of Marin Leatherman, the sophomore? She had spurts of really good play against Fairview when we were there. Picks up where she left off. You got a big hitter in the middle. You've got to get in front. And Leatherman did just that.
Here, Kirsten Pratt with his serve for Wauseon. Indians trying to play this up front. One goes cross court to their top hitter, and Joanna Tester with a kill.
Look at Tester take off. Just absolutely blisters that one. She has got some major hops in those feet. Do you think of all the testers that have come through here, she's got the best vertical of all of them?
Kind of looks that way. Pratt with another good serve. LV getting set up and just puts the hammer down.
Now you see how important that first pass is. Tremendous first pass. Gets Kenzie Worth, who leads this team with 66 assists, in great position. And anytime you set up LV like that, watch out.
So Worth back to serve with a matchup tied at 10, and we're going to get a double hit called on Wauseon.
A second time against Wauseon. Called a little bit tighter tonight. Last night we were over at Hilltop, and that was a call that was called loosely until it was crunch time.
Wauseon trying to get set up. Have to come through from the back. And that one's going to catch the top of the net and roll over.
Yeah, I'm not sure this was the plan, but it's going to work, right? Hits that top and rolls over.
As Ava Pilock able to come through there.
Boy, both teams are just fighting for every single point. No freebies so far.
Ava Kovar, a little bit of a knuckler on the serve. Bryan able to return it.
Much better defensive coverage for Wauseon early in this match.
LV trying to win the battle at the net. Looking for a ball that never came.
Great job by her, though, not getting in the net, right? A lot of times you get impatient, you try to go over and get it. Took the hands back before it didn't even matter. It was going to fall into Wauseon's side.
Langham with the serve now for Bryan. Wauseon able to get that from the back as their libero, Bella McGuire, comes through. McGuire with a dig there.
Smart play by Tester.
Back to her. That one's going to be deflected and a kill for the Indians.
Well, we talked about Tester to terrific in our pregame, and she has been terrific so far. Hey, Wauseon, keep setting out that left side. She is absolutely on fire.
It's tied again at 12. Bryan from the back sends one long. Had Claire Stever, their libero, in position. See what Bryan will do here as they go back to LV. One is played off the ceiling as Bryan picks up the point.
A second time, look at LV just delivering some hot sauce. But Kovar tries to get in front of it, but you show the heat coming off that. Goes straight up and hits the ceiling, comes back down. Second time, home court advantage, not so friendly for Wauseon.
Yeah, we'll see LV serve here in a 13-all set. And Wauseon spent chasing. No one's going to chase that one down.
A little hubby-wife disagreement on that one. going to give up a free point. Really, the only time tonight so far for Wauseon that they've given up a free point to Bryan. It's been hotly contested. Both teams playing very clean.
Levy with another serve. Plate's got eerily quiet during the serve. But battle at the net. Wauseon's able to get that one. Now Ella, staying in that back row, sends it over. There's Tester's opportunity. And I believe we're going to have a net violation.
That's going to negate a great dig by Bryan. First time they've been able to get in front of Tester, but it's not going to matter as the net violation. It's going to go against Bryan. Knotted up at 14. This has been fun.
So here's Tester with the serve. LV gets that over for Bryan. Wauseon trying to get in position. And with a good play with her back to the net, I believe again that was Lowe, number 4.
Yeah, how about Jaylee Lowe? What a difference she has made in this Wauseon lineup. That time, just a wherewithal to get it over. You don't have to be perfect all the time. Just get it over. Good things can happen.
Tester with a good serve that's dug out. And Bryan sends it into the net. And Wauseon able to pull away by a couple of points here.
Yeah, Mason just kind of flubbed it off her hand. She knew it as soon as she hit it.
Tester sends this one again to the back row.
Yeah, smart. Mason makes an error. What do? You go with her on the serve to see if she's there mentally.
Good dig out of Worth. And getting the tip at the net. A great play made by Mackenzie Mason.
How about Mason? Starts off, takes the serve receive, executes it, and then works her way to the outside and gets the kill.
Bryan down by a point, have won the serve back with Mason serving. Pass a little too far ahead, trying to stay onside. To get the ball over was Ellie Stuber, but unsuccessful in doing so, and we're tied again.
Yeah, you got to have the ability to back set, don't you? That time just got a little bit far away from Wauseon. Knots us back up at 16.
Wauseon trying to get set, they do so. A good dig.
Yeah, it was
by
Worth.
Worth. Yeah, Worth able to come through and get that over. Big setup in the middle of the net for Lowe again.
Yeah, much different Wauseon team with a healthy Lowe. Third time she's impacted this early first set. She is some kind of player.
Indians have the serve and the 1-point lead as they again will go with the sophomore Braylon Roop to serve. Bryan kind of left that one up. Wauseon able to take advantage with Natalie Stevens.
And Natalie Stevens, another player that's missed some time early in the year with a shoulder issue. She delivers there. Got a little free pizza coming out on the bad first pass by LV.
Bryan on the next serve, getting in position with Worth. That one's blocked straight up. Wauseon able to play this one. Stevens will get it, goes cross court, and picks up the point.
Yeah, I think you're going to get a timeout here by Bryan. They don't like the momentum that Wauseon has.
So the timeout on the court will take one as well here late in our opening set. You're watching volleyball on NWOhio.live.
This NWOhio.live broadcast is brought to you by H2H Realty. Buying and selling real estate does not have to be a stressful event. Make it a holiday by calling April Holiday with H2H Realty at 419-345-9687. Bryan Ford, where good values mean a great deal. Chappie's Snappy Dogs, New York-style hot dogs, smoked sausage, and huge brats. Call Carol at 419-297-1004 or look us up on Facebook. Bricks to Clicks, saving you money on everything from toys to home decor. Save on Amish-built sheds, carports, and steel buildings. Follow us on Facebook or visit at 29133 George Street in Millbury, Ohio. Additional sponsorship includes American Property Preservation, Direct Link.
Well, 19-16, Wauseon with the serve and the lead here in set number 1 of our NWOAL opener tonight. Miles was able to kind of listen in. We happened to be directly above the Bryan bench, and Miles took off the headset and took in the entire message Bryan was given, the coaches were giving the team during that timeout.
First of all, how about Ella Hageman on the left-hand side? Lefty gets it done, goes off the block, but Coach Reinhardt, she does not mince words, man. She is direct, wants her team to do a better job of spacing the floor, and was imploring Claire Stever to start taking charge. She says, I want my libero taking the ball. I think Claire got the message.
Well, she's got it now in her hand, set to serve. Team's down 3 in this opening set. Wauseon able to dig that one up. Kill attempt's going to go long. Bryan inching back closer. The Bears have been a staple here in the last handful of years in the NWOAL volleyball race.
Yeah, 2 out of the last 3, correct? Share of it?
Yeah, and I think 3 of the last 5. A good set over the net. Bryan trying to get set in the middle. Good play by Wauseon's libero and McGuire.
A great job just scrambling to get it over after an errant pass.
Wauseon, you hear the count 1, 2, 3, that third one getting over. Two players kind of fighting in the same spot for Wauseon, but it's going to pay off, and Bryan has trouble at the net.
That's Kenzie Worth trying to battle at the net. But, you know, court awareness is so important, just too far away from the net. You make contact and it drops on your side. Little Plinko action there for Wauseon.
So here is low to serve. That one doesn't get over as that one gets into the net.
Well, that's going to open the door a little bit for Bryan. A point there would have really set up the victory in the first set.
Yeah, Bryan's still alive, down 2. With Mary Blue stepping to the line. McGuire able to dig that one, still from the back. She'll get this one over. Blue does everything she can just to get her hands on the volleyball, but sends that one out of play.
Yeah, both teams struggled with that first pass. Unfortunately for Bryan, they struggled a little bit more than Wauseon. Now Wauseon only 3 points away from capturing this first set. Bryan dropped the first 2 last night at Paulding.
Here's Kirsten Pratt with a good serve right along that near sideline. Bryan's going to go over to Ella V in that far side. She gets it over. Tester, little off balance, trying to come up with a play there.
Well, it's tough to pass and set at the same time, right? And it just couldn't get it out in front. Tester couldn't get her timing down.
So Worth serving once again. Tester's going to have that one off her arm. And here's Bryan now down by just a point.
Good rally by Bryan, something that they did over and over again last night. Smart trying to go back to Tester, get him going again.
Bryan trying to get a little too cute at the net. Mackenzie Mason puts it out of play.
Just trying to place it. Set wasn't where she wanted to be. Couldn't get a good swing path on it. Let's see if Kovar can do a great job. One of the best serve specialists on this Wauseon team.
Mason that time is able to send it over. A good set. Come back to Tester. And it's Bryan who's going to win the block at the net.
Watch the anticipation by Ella V. Slides over. Knows that they're going to go at Tester. Gets herself in good position. Gets good help from Langham as well. Langham took away the line. Ella V took away the middle.
23-22. Just sending one to the back row in a spot no one was at was Joanna Tester.
And you see Melanie Reinhardt just kind of bite her bottom lip because she had just talked about during that timeout, right? Court awareness, spacing. Good job by Wauseon taking the open spot for the point, serving for the set.
And it's going to be an ace to finish off the opening set as Bella McGuire puts it away, and Wauseon takes set 1 over Bryan, and we'll take a timeout here on NWOhio.live.
Discover tremendous scholarship opportunities at Northwest State. Over the past 2 years, we have awarded nearly $2 million in foundation scholarships. That's free money for college. Don't miss out. Apply today.
If you're looking for a sweet career, Spangler Candy Company is hiring. Spangler's positive work culture, excellent benefits, work-life balance, and competitive pay make it one of the most respected employers in Northwest Ohio. Visit SpanglerCandy.com to learn about available jobs in production, maintenance, and other skilled trades. Spangler makes nationally recognized and beloved candy brands, including Dum Dums, Candy Canes, and Bit-O-Honey. We'd love to tell you more about how you can grow with our company. Apply today at www.spanglercandy.com.
This NWOhio.live broadcast is brought to you by American Property Preservation, assisting homeowners and businesses to maintain and improve their properties, including excavating, concrete, doors, windows, siding, roofing, and decks. 40 years experience, high-quality work, fair prices. H2H Realty. Buying and selling real estate does not have to be a stressful event. Make it a holiday by calling April Holiday with H2H Realty at 419-345-9687. Direct Link Appliance of Bryan and Wauseon. Local appliance sales and service. We service all brands: Whirlpool, Maytag, GE, and Speed Queen. Additional sponsorship includes Bryan Ford, Chappie's Snappy Dogs, Bricks to Clicks.
And we want to thank everyone for making our broadcast here on NWOhio.live possible. The Spangler Candy Company, Bricks to Clicks, Direct Link, Optimal Performance Fitness, H Realty, Chappie's Snappy Dogs, Bryan Ford, Willis Electric, American Property Preservation, and Northwest State Community College.
Now, Randy, I stopped out at Bricks to Clicks earlier today. Tremendous selection of Halloween stuff. So if you're out in that area, and you it's time to decorate for Halloween, right? You get closer to September. Do you got your costume already picked out? If you do, if you don't, go over to Bricks to Clicks. I'll hook you up. What are you thinking about being this year, Randy?
You know what? I haven't thought about it yet.
What about just putting a headset on and walking around your neighborhood with a NWOhio.live shirt?
That might work. I mean, my neighbor sees that every time I walk the dog anyways. Cause
Are you ever too old to trick or treat?
No.
I tend to agree with you. Just put a mask on. No one knows your age, right? Well, talk about a tale of two cities. Lots of smiles in that Wauseon huddle after the first set. Bryan, Coach Reinhardt, she was just imploring her young ladies to lift the intensity level. She's like, if you want to win the league, you have to go get it. She was chewing on some you-know-what in that huddle. She can definitely get your attention.
And Bryan's responded with the opening point of this second set. A lot of talk about focus.
Well, you remember, be here now. One of their mantras. Some young ladies weren't exactly there mentally in that first set.
See how they are able to respond. We're going to get a ball out of play, or we're actually going to get a violation. So Bryan now 2-0 they lead. Had the chance to talk to Coach Reinhardt, like you said. She talked about the effort her team gave Monday night. Paulding falling 2-0 and then battling back to force the fifth set. Things going a little bit better here in the second set as they get a tip at the net from Ella V.
Well, you get a free ball from your opponent. You take advantage of it. Bryan did right there. The bad pass by Tester comes right back at him. Allows Bryan to set up their offense.
Wauseon trying to set something up. They'll get the fortuitous bounce. Good set scrambles Wauseon to the back row. But all it's going to do is set up Tester, and their big hitter comes through in a big way.
When she gets her steps down, she can deliver some major hot sauce on that one. Nasty. Randy, she must be a big fan of BTS like you because she is smooth like butter.
I was hoping that was one thing that wasn't going to get out. Serve's going to go in the net for the Indians, so it goes right back over to Bryan. Wauseon able to find a soft spot on the court.
Yeah, look at Loke kind of competing with a teammate there to go get it. Was that Pilak that was in the same spot? Lowe said, no, this is mine.
There's Tester to serve.
It was actually Stuber, I believe.
ends up out of play. And ball being retrieved in the hallway.
Ava Newbig trying to target our producer Ken Reeker. That ball almost hit him in the corner.
Trying to go cross court. And we see one of the line judges ruling that is out.
This is a John McEnroe moment because that was clearly in. We'll get another look at that one coming up on a replay, but that one was definitely in.
Tester sends another serve. Bryan nearly two players again in the same spot. They're successfully in getting it over. And through a block, Natalie Stevens comes up with a kill.
How about the pass by Kovar all the way across the court? Get Stevens. Cat Stevens delivers.
Well, Wauseon's been able to battle back, now lead 5-4. Indians having some issues with substitutions.
They're very gracious of the officials to allow them to get that in. A lot of times they don't mess around. You take too much time, they're going to close it out.
Tester able to get another good serve. Bryan this time gets Ella V set up where they want her, and she comes up with a kill.
Well, it all starts with the first pass, right? Great job by Stever to get it going. And if you allow Ella V to get herself rocking and rolling, she is going to deliver some big-time hits.
She's back and ready to serve with us tied at 5. One is played in the back. Third hit is going to be into the net, and Bryan's going to pick up a point.
Interested to find out Ella V's shoe selection there. Very colorful. Wonder what the thought process is behind it. Sneaker game strong in Bryan, Ohio.
Serve goes into the net. What if we find out she melts all that delicious Spangler candy and just dips them?
She's no dum-dum if she does. Smart move.
Braylon Roop now to serve for the Indians. One has to be played out by Stever. We're going to have a carry.
Yeah, said it got under it and lifted, kind of catch and throw. They're calling that tight along with the double hit tonight.
7-6. Ella V's going to get the bounce from the top row and tie us up again.
How about that? Setting up from the back row. Kenzie Worth, sweet hands. Gets the big gun from the back row. Ties it up at 7.
Good serve out of Mackenzie Mason. Will joust at the net. And Bryan wins that battle.
Yeah, Bryan reminds Wauseon that they like the Renaissance Fair. They're not afraid to joust. Break out a turkey leg for them. I can see you at a Renaissance Fair. You been one?
I have not. Mason gets the serve up here. Wauseon trying to get cute, and they're going to get called for a double hit.
Let's see if it is. Yep. You see on the left, right. Good call by the official.
Mason with another good serve. As Wauseon has a scramble to send it over. And now from the back, Stever with a good play.
Stever gets that little topspin roll over it, and I think Wauseon's going to talk things over.
Yeah, they will. We'll take a break as well. Bryan leads the second set here on NWOhio.live.
This NWOhio.live broadcast is brought to you by Optimal Performance Fitness. Fitness coaching in a team setting of like-minded individuals. Located at 1445 Scott Street in Napoleon. Willis Electric. Industrial, commercial, and residential contractor serving our communities and beyond. Visit Willis.com to learn more.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me.
okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Oh, Wauseon's going to put a kill attempt into the net as we continue on our second set. It's going to give Bryan an 11-7 advantage.
Yeah, the set delivered to Pielek, kind of put her in a bad position, did whatever she could with it, but the giant wall of Bryan in front denies it.
Mackenzie Mason from that back row, able to come up with an ace serving. As Bella McGuire got out of the way, thought it was going to be a little long, and it ended up just inside the back line.
Yeah, you see her readjust, takes a couple more steps back. It's usually at your head and you're in the right spot. Let it go long. It's going to be a point for you.
And Wauseon sent scrambling again as another ball ends up in the net as this run continues for Bryan.
And it got to be frustrating for Mackenzie Fizzett, the head coach at Wauseon. He called timeout, try to fix things up, but he respond. Still on a run for Bryan. Tries to slow things down a little bit by rotating through.
Mason, another long serve. Hit up off of McGuire, and we continue on. Usually that's called a double hit. McGuire sets this up. Bryan able to set up. Levy from the back steps up.
Tremendous court coverage by Bryan in this rally.
Heads up with the backhand off the block. Third effort ends up just in and right on the line for Kenzie Worth. Worth was working hard.
A tough break for Wauseon. You called it right, partner. Scrambling to get it over. Did a great job with the backhand. Unfortunately, just hugs that line enough. Bryan's rally continues.
Mason serves yet again. Now the back set coming the opposite way. That one is going to be played out. And Bryan sent scrambling, but they're successful.
As Newbig that hustled over to get it.
Finally, Wauseon catches a break. Natalie Stevens rolls this one across the net.
They have made a living on this left-hand side. First it was Tester, this time it's Stevens. We've got a little conversation going on.
Trying to get something. The official's unhappy with something.
Eva Kovar not happy with what she was told. Relaying it over to Coach Fizzett.
Yes, my favorite part of volleyball is the officials will not talk to the coaches. They talk to the captains, and it's the captain's job to tell the coach what happened.
I still think my idea of giving them the headset with the speaker system where the referee has to explain it like the NFL.
I'm all in favor. Now, coach can ask for review of the rotation, which is what's going on, to avoid losing the serve and giving a point to your opponent.
Circle gets a square. Is that what the debate is about?
Yes.
At some point in time, someone's going to yell, "I want to buy a vowel." Well, whatever it is, Wauseon's going to serve it.
Looks like they're finally ready with low. That one headed for the corner. It's going to be played by Bryan. Third effort's going to come up a little short. Lowe gets an ace to get Wauseon back in this.
Yeah, Stevers kind of caught in between no man's land. Back corner, didn't know if she should dig it out or not. LV tried to help her out. See if Lowe goes back to that same spot.
Well, not quite the same spot. Bryan trying to set up in the middle. This one's going to bounce around. As it bounces off the ceiling, catches Wauseon scrambling a little bit.
Yeah, great dig by Hageman. But that Plinko-style roof for Wauseon, third time in this match, has really hurt them.
Claire Stever now ready to serve. One catches the net.
just when you have momentum, you serve it into the net. That's going to really hurt your effort.
So here's Kirsten Pratt to serve for Wauseon. Bryan going to Worth, gets it over. The Indians get their pass set up. Here's Tester. LV with a dig. And we're going to get a violation. Someone stepped down on the line under the net.
Yeah, Mackenzie Mason knew it as soon as she did it. Did everything she could to contort and save that near to the net. But that was a little fun moment. Tester going right at LV, bringing the high heat. LV dug it out.
Ella from the back, the palm strike. It's Tester again. That one might have been partially blocked at the net. Worth's opportunity is blocked, but she gets it over. Tester for a minute looked like she was going to do the gritty. As Bryan will put one in the net, and the 4-hit violation leads to a point for the Indians.
Well, just when you thought Bryan was going to run away with this set, Wauseon doing just enough, back within 3.
Pratt with another good serve. Is Worth shooting for the corner. That one ends up just out of play.
That wasn't out by much. Bryan's going to get a timeout here.
So with Bryan taking a timeout, their leads dwindled to 2. We'll take one as well here on NWOhio.live.
This NWOhio.live broadcast is brought to you by H2H Realty. Buying and selling real estate does not have to be a stressful event. Make it a holiday by calling April Holiday with H2H Realty at 419-345-9687. Bryan Ford, where good values mean a great deal. Chappie's Snappy Dogs, New York-style hot dogs, smoked sausage, and huge brats. Call Carol at 419-297-1004 or look us up on Facebook. Bricks to Clicks, saving you money on everything from toys to home decor. Save on Amish-built sheds, carports, and steel buildings. Follow us on Facebook or visit at 29133 George Street in Millbury, Ohio. Additional sponsorship includes American Property Preservation, Direct Link.
Kirsten Pratt ready to serve once again for Wauseon. The Indians cut into this Bryan lead. And they're going to cut into it more as Bryan gets it into the net. So an ace for Pratt. Here we are, 15-14 in this key second set.
When things start to snowball, you have to make a big play to deny it. And so far, back-to-back errors. And Coach Reiner, what'd she talk about during the timeout? Dumb errors, right? Unfortunately, 2 more occur. The other thing she wants her hitters to do is attack off of 2 feet. Well, you can attack off of 2 feet if you're getting a good set. If you're not getting a good set, sometimes you have to scramble, just get any foot off the ground.
So here we are now at 15 all. Wauseon again claimed that opening set. Tester gets a little tip at the net. Bryan's going to play this in the middle, and that'll go into the net as Nora Koonsman doesn't get enough on it. First time in a while, Wauseon now has the lead. Pratt line drive effort in his dugout. Koonsman this time gets it over. Tip one by Wauseon. Bryan plays this back. Tough play for Stever, but it ends up in the net.
That's a shame for Bryan because Bella King, early in that sequence, great job of being in the right spot at the right time to get it back up in the air.
Bryan sends another one into the net. And Melanie Reinhardt's seen enough. She wants to use her second timeout. It's 18-15. Wauseon's pulled away here in our second set, and we will take a break on NWOhio.live.
Discover tremendous scholarship opportunities at Northwest State. Over the past 2 years, we have awarded nearly $2 million in foundation scholarships. That's free money for college. Don't miss out. Apply today.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
18-15, Wauseon has battled back. They lead Bryan, the Bears partner, for the majority of this set.
Wauseon said it's time to go on a bear hunt, didn't they? And they've responded. Back-to-back timeouts in close proximity. You don't see that very often, but your job as a coach, right? Keep your team in it as long as possible. Let your players go win it. Melanie Reinhardt doing that.
Wauseon gets a little tip at the net. Bryan's going to play this. Worth will catch the top of the net.
Tester got away with going under the net. Left hand fell under.
Bryan sent scrambling, and they get it over the net, but it takes 4 hits, which I understand is illegal.
You see Ella V check back in for Bella King. Bella did a really good job defensively for Bryan. Great court awareness.
Pratt continues to serve. Good effort, and the set goes over that time. Fans, both teams want calls of carry. And how about Marin Leatherman winning the battle in the middle?
Now, one of the tallest players on this roster for Wauseon uses that natural length, just kind of slaps it straight down. Free pizza for Leatherman.
Pratt looking for that sideline as LV has come back in. Bryan able to get that over on their third opportunity. Tester sends this one out. Now we'll see how Bryan will respond. Down 4 in the second set.
As bad as the play has been for Bryan here of late, they have to feel pretty good. They look up, they're only down 4, right? They can still save this set.
So here's Mary Blue. Tester goes for the kill. That one's going to be deflected. Tester gets the kill.
Look at Tester just jumping out of the building. Gets on top of that one. Goes off the hands of Ella V. That's some serious height.
There's Ava Kovar to serve. It goes long. And Bryan still alive, down 4. One of their top servers stepping up, Kenzie Worth. Long set is able to be played over. Stever goes down. V's kill attempt is blocked, and Bryan ends up putting it into the stands. Another point for Wauseon.
How about Marin Leatherman? Back-to-back big plays for Wauseon. The super sophomore. She might be something special moving forward.
Bella McGuire to serve. This one goes cross court. Bryan gets a little creative. Tester with the back row looking, lays down the perfect spot for the kill.
All started with a nasty serve. I don't know how in the world that Mary Blue was able to even get that back up. Put the offense out of sorts. Wauseon takes advantage.
McGuire with another serve. This one bounces off the ceiling, but we play on. Heads up effort out of Kovar to come up with it over. Wauseon trying to set up Tester. One gets blocked back. She's going to keep it alive. Sending it straight up, but it's out of play. Here's Bryan with a serve now, down 5.
Now, if you're Bryan, you can find a way to get back and steal this set again. The emotional damage that it might do to Wauseon moving forward after they battled so hard to get in front.
Wauseon able to get that over from the back row. And plays like that will help out.
Boy, when you set her up and she's able to get her steps down, Ella V, she can deliver in a nasty way. She is a stone-cold killer when you get her set up.
Langham set to serve once again. It's going to catch the net. And here's Wauseon with the opportunity to put this away. Take a 2-0 lead.
There'll be Tester to serve. She had a nice run early in that first set. Her jump serve has been fantastic all night long.
And is played in the back row. Bryan is able to get it out. And they'll get the block. take a look at the replay here.
And the block's going to be marked return to center. Sender and Claire Stever, I don't know how she was able to get that back up. That was a nasty serve by Tester. I thought maybe they were going to call a double on it.
Alavi is able to lay down a serve just inside the back line.
Another point here by Bryan. Then the emotional pressure might shift onto Wauseon.
Serve is up. Returned. Alavi races up to get it. Wauseon's going to set up their offense. Pass not on target for Stuber, but Wauseon able to play it.
Both teams just putting a premium on getting it over, not setting up a lot of offense.
And come through there, and on the tip, Wauseon is able to come up with a kill, and they claim our second set 25-21. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be back with set number 3 when we return to NWOhio.live.
This NWOhio.live broadcast is brought to you by American Property Preservation, assisting homeowners and businesses to maintain and improve their properties, including excavating, concrete, doors, windows, siding, roofing, and decks. 40 years experience, high-quality work, fair prices. H2H Realty. Buying and selling real estate does not have to be a stressful event. Make it a holiday by calling April Holiday with H2H Realty at 419-345-9687. Direct Link Appliance of Bryan and Wauseon. Local appliance sales and service. We service all brands: Whirlpool, Maytag, GE, and Speed Queen. Additional sponsorship includes Bryan Ford, Chappie's Snappy Dogs, Bricks to Clicks.
If you're looking for a sweet career, Spangler Candy Company is hiring. Spangler's positive work culture, excellent benefits, work-life balance, and competitive pay make it one of the most respected employers in Northwest Ohio. Visit SpanglerCandy.com to learn about available jobs in production, maintenance, and other skilled trades. Spangler makes nationally recognized and beloved candy brands, including Dum Dums, Candy Canes, and Bit of Honey. We'd love to tell you more about how you can grow with our company. Apply today at www.spanglercandy.com.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
Well, we're going to be back with you here soon for more volleyball action. We're going to take a couple of weeks off. Get back to it September the 11th. We head back to one of Miles's favorite places in Pettisville. Blackbirds take on Ayersville on what's at least shaping up on paper to be a pretty decent non-league matchup.
Yeah, Ayersville, fantastic start. They are on fire. Pettisville, we saw them on Saturday against Archbold. They were 3-0 moving into that game. And we'll get to see Blackbird and Carmel Corn. Absolutely love going to Pettisville, one of my favorite places on the planet.
So looking forward to that again, September the 11th. So if you don't hear from us for a couple of weeks, it's not because we quit. It's that we put a little bit of a space in our schedule.
We want to do a good job early in the season of getting a lot of matches in so we could get a feel where everybody's at, right? Mm-hmm. Northwest Ohio being so young, Randy, when he put the schedule together, then later in the year we have some flexibility where there's a big match. We're going to go to that one.
So Wauseon's going to go for the sweep here, and again, they're going to check the rotation.
Well, if you're Melanie Reinhardt, during the timeout there in between sets, she was just talking about effort. Got to give great effort. Always frustrating for coaches when you got to coach up effort. Effort should just be one of those things. But remember, yesterday you lost the first 2 sets. What'd you do in sets 3 and 4? You battled back 25-23 each time. Stole those 2 sets away from Paulding, got it to a 5th set. So you're capable of doing that, but you got to do it with great effort.
So it's going to be Bryan who gets the serve going here in set number 3. Worked with a good serve, cleared the net. Wauseon puts it in the net. And Bryan, like they did that second set, partner, gets the early lead.
Yeah, Shelby Leah had a tough time returning that serve receive opportunity.
everyone for Wauseon cheating up a little bit. And Bryan getting their offense set. They'll go right in the middle with Ella V. Lays down the big kill.
Middle of the floor with Ella V is just dominant, right? Look at that. And every time she's been able to get her steps, all she does is look at her opponent and say, taste my heat. I'm going to deliver it.
Worth with another good serve. Wauseon gets a little tip to get that over. Well, Bryan's going to come to the near side on the deflection. Langham comes through with a kill.
No, you get chewed on a little bit in between sets by your head coach. What do? You can either put your face down and give a little boo-boo face, woe is me, or you respond with some great effort. Bryan doing a good job coming back in this third set.
Wauseon from the back row. Thought they had something there with McGuire, but floats it a little long. The opening run in our third set continues for Bryan.
Worth had 10 aces coming into the night. He's already added to that total.
And the Indians get a good kill cross court with Stevens.
It was Langham that was trying to take the angle away. Ball just got on top of her too fast.
So here's Ava Kovar ready to serve for Wauseon. He's going to get set up again to Ella V, but a big dig out of one of the better liberos we've seen in McGuire. Really, we've seen good libero play from just about every team we've seen so far.
Yeah, McGuire showed a ton of courage to dig that one out. And that little heater handcuffs Stever. Wauseon now responding.
Serve ends up into the net, so Bryan will get the point back. Now 5-2. As Elena Langham set to serve. Langham sends this one over. Pass behind. Wauseon able to get it over. Setting up the middle. That's been almost automatic for Ella V.
You see the anticipation. Ella V could not wait to get there. She looks at him and says, do you like playing darts? Well, good. You get to be the dartboard on this one. It was McGuire that dug out a vicious one earlier. Not that time.
Wauseon trying to get set up off the serve and see what we're going to get. Line judge says out. I believe Stevens, she stay onside anyways. At any rate, it's going to be a point for Bryan. So now 7-2. Stevens' cross-court effort went just out of play.
Yeah, it's really a shame for Wauseon because it was a smart play by Stevens.
Bryan's serve ends up into the near side out of play. So the teams trade points, now 7-3, as we see a couple of the regulars for Wauseon make their way back into the rotation. Kirsten Pratt's done a pretty solid job serving steps up. More importantly, we see the return of Joanna Tester to that front line. Tester makes her presence felt as she sends back the kill attempt of Ella V.
Well, way to make your coach look smart, right? Rotates you back in, you respond right away, gets a huge block. Ella V has just been destroying you like Godzilla on Tokyo.
Pratt with another good serve. Bryan gets this one over. Now from the back, McGuire gets it. There's Ella V again set up. That one deflected in the middle of the net. Leatherman gets her hands on that one. And diving effort coming up short is going to be Kenzie Worth. We take a look at the replay.
How about the back set? Really threw off the defense. The block gets there late. Played the angle. Second time in this set, they've played the angle for a point.
Bears able to get the serve over. Wauseon comes right back.
Oh, I love it. Remember we were talking about going quick earlier in the night in our pregame? Well, look at that set. What was it? It was real tight to the net, real quick. Tester has that ability to rise and fire in a hurry. Delivers a big kill.
Now Wauseon serving with a chance to tie. This one has to be played off the flag, and then it's out of play. And it's
Yeah, if you're watching and you're a Wauseon fan, you're saying that boy's just unfortunate. I'll do a better job receiving it, right? All that heat, got to give up a little bit more on it, keep it in play. It's going up that high because Bryan's hitting it extremely fast.
Sabella King in for the first time tonight. Serves into the net. And now it's going to turn the serve over to Wauseon and Bella McGuire.
They got to credit Wauseon battling back after the great start by Bryan, but tough to win sets when you give up free points like that.
Teams just matched points, so 9-7 you see on our scoreboard. Love to have your company logo as a part of that scoreboard second half of the season. Trying to set up cross court. There's Wauseon. And after the first effort is sent back, Indians make good on the second one with Tester.
Oh, here comes the boom, baby. Tester, the terrific, delivers again, and Kovar comes running over to the sideline. Want to make sure they didn't have a violation on their rotation.
Substitution made once again for Wauseon as Ellie Ward will come in to serve.
You got to like Ava Kovar, though, always paying attention.
Ward catches the top of the net in between the front and back row, and it's an ace.
It's kind of like a loose rim in basketball on the home court. You want to shoot at that side, hits the top tape, rolls over.
This one a little better. And in position to get the tip, Jaylee Lowe.
When the defense gives you a gift, go ahead and take it. Jaylee Lowe says, free pizza for me.
Puts the Indians in front 10-9. Bryan tries to get set up in the middle. This one is going to end up out of play. That went over towards Ken's corner again.
How about Mr. Leatherman? Keith Leatherman, the principal here, scrambling over, picking that one up. Now he's back on the phone. He's talking to his agent.
And another tip of the net won by Wauseon. All the hustle plays going the Indians' way. Bryan's seen enough. They want a timeout and will take one as well. Indians pulling away in this big third set, looking for the sweep at NWOhio.live.
This NWOhio.live broadcast is brought to you by Optimal Performance Fitness. Fitness coaching in a team setting of like-minded individuals. Located at 1445 Scott Street in Napoleon. Willis Electric. Industrial, commercial, and residential contractor serving our communities and beyond. Visit willis.com to learn more.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
And again, we want to thank everyone who's made our broadcast here in NWOhio.live possible, including Spangler Candy Company, Bricks to Clicks, Direct Link, Optimal Performance Fitness, H2H Realty, Chappie's Snappy Dogs, Bryan Ford, Willis Electric, American Property Preservation, and Northwest State Community College. Indians get the serve over, and now setting up the attack. Bryan having some issues playing this out of the net, and they'll have to back up, send it out on the third effort. Wauseon with Tester finds that spot in that back row once again for another big kill.
Just can't go wrong setting up Tester. She is smiling and profiling out there, and rightfully so, delivering big-time heat on the outside.
Wauseon now leads this one by 4. Tester again looking for another one. That one's going to be blocked back at her. Nora Koonsman comes through.
Another one of these young players that has a bright future for Bryan. Koonsman, the sophomore, 5'9". Now
Stever, the libero, with a good serve. And digs this out. Back to Worth, and Worth Gets one a little too hot for Pratt to handle.
How about the pass all the way across court by Mackenzie Mason? Second on the team with 32 assists coming in tonight.
Well, Bryan trying to match Wauseon's run. They're down 2. Bit of a knuckler. It ends up over the net. Good job in that back row out of Bella King. Keep that alive for Bryan. There's Tester up over the block. Bryan able to play it. He'll have to go from the back. Heads up play just for the set. Bryan to Worth. That one dug out. There's Tester. And the tip just didn't get enough on it.
Oh, you wonder if the block earlier in this sequence on Tester played a little bit in her mind where she tried to just tip over top of the block. Just a little too soft, goes into the net. And Bryan, nice response.
Lead down to 1. Switch it up, go the opposite side with Tester. She'll send this one up, keeps it alive. Bryan gets a deflection at the net, and they'll have to play it.
How about Mason getting dirty, saving that one for Bryan?
Tester going side to side, goes up with the left hand. That one's going to bounce around and over. Amazing rally here. Bryan's answered every attack that Wauseon's had, and finally, we are going to get a double hit.
Now, Bella King was absolutely huge on that rally for Bryan. Her anticipation is fantastic, and her concentration on her passes, she watches it all the way in. Great work by Bella King.
Stever to serve in a 13-all tie. That one goes long. Wauseon wins the serve back. They get the point as well, so they reclaim the lead with someone they want to see in this tight situation, Joanna Tester. Tester fires a bullet. Bryan able to play this one. And they'll send it back a mile. A little too much out of Stever, and it's back to a 2-point lead for the Indians.
That's a shame for Bryan because really good work by Mackenzie Mason. Tough serve right at her. Good reception.
Tester with another one dug out in the back. Tip ends up over. Trying to come cross court. It's Kovar. And it's Stevens erases over and gets a big play. Natalie Stevens, seed number 7 here.
Great work by Stevens. Comes scrambling towards the net, just gets enough to go over top. Hit it where they ain't.
16-13. Bryan almost let their guard down thinking that was going to end up in the net. Stevens again through a block, gets the break, and Bryan can't dig it out. The diving effort ends up under the net, and in a violation, Wauseon will get it again.
Yeah, in hindsight, partner, when we had them against Fairview early in the year, we didn't know what a difference Lowe and Stevens makes in this lineup, right? Wauseon much different.
Bryan having some trouble returning that. So an ace for Tester, and Bryan's going to want a timeout. So we'll step aside late in this third set as Wauseon looks to sweep.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Wauseon, solid effort here in this third set. They lead this 18-13. They've been able to pull away from Bryan. Tester back to serve again. Officials, again, taking a little bit of time to make sure everyone is set. We're good to go.
A tough read right there by Stever. Didn't know if it was going to go long, had to play it.
Tester from the back is even pretty effective. Wauseon sent scrambling. Ends up low going over. Here's Worth. That's dug out. Stevens again with it. Stever with a play. And we will get the lift and a violation on Bryan.
Yeah, Mike Pence with the call said it was a lift over there. Unfortunate for Bryan.
We're going to add the ace. And you can feel it for Wauseon. Pulling away now 20-13. Bryan out of timeouts in this third set, so no more stoppages for them. The best they can do is send Ella V back out there. Just test her again. Bryan comes to the net. And they get a big kill coming in the form of Kenzie Worth.
And Coach Reinhardt wants to get Worth on the outside because you got to have some hitting ability other than Ella V. Tough to do because Worth is one of your best sets of hands. 66 assists coming in to the night. Got to put her on the outside. Use her ability to kill. Comes up big for Bryan.
Mary Blue gets the serve over. Here's Stevens with it. That one will go just long. Is this the run that Bryan makes?
It's got to be the run, right? You're running out of time. You're down 2 sets. Your opponent's at 20 in the third. You better start working hard.
Mary Blue gets this one over again. There's Ava Kovar in that far corner. Trying to get the tip up and over, but unsuccessful.
A really tough play for Kovar. Pass to her, kind of put her out of sorts. Tried to go blindly.
Blue gets this one up and over. Setting up Stevens again. Just keeps it tight against that near sideline. Picks up the kill.
Yeah, what a pass by Kovar to get Stevens going. And the only thing to do after that is just celebrate as you're moving closer to being 1-0 in the league season.
So here's Jaylee Lowe to serve for the Indians. Floater is playable. LV steps up, Lowe with the dig. Now Bryan at the front is going to go this time to Worth. Lowe steps up again. Stevens trying to get second opportunity. Kovar with the set. A diving effort for Stever, but just unable to connect on the pass.
That's something that Ava Kovar has done continuously late in this match. Just try to dump it where Bryan's not. That time it pays off.
Lowe sends this one over. LV trying to get that. It's going to be blocked back. Bryan in position. Kovar gets the bump. And now Worth the palm strike to play it. Stevens working that side again. On the deflection, it's going to fall in for a point.
Now they can smell it here in Wauseon. Working off that double block. Stevens time and time again in this third set. She is delivered for Wauseon.
Low serve will go long. Bryan wins the serve, but as you see, they're down big, 23-17, trying to avoid getting swept. There's Kenzie Worth. Dug out. Indians go on the attack. Stevens across court, just inside the line.
Mackenzie Worth is going to lament the fact that she lets this go. Can't leave it to chance of fate late in the match. Get that one back up. Determine your own fate by playing it.
Indians serving for the win. Bryan from the back row gets it over with Stever. Stevens, that one will catch a block. LV set up in the middle, and that one is going to go out of play. And the Indians are going to finish off the sweep with a 25-17 win in set number 3. So Wauseon goes to 1-0 in the NWOAL. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll be joined by our Miles Holiday down on the court with our player of the game.
go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, the Wauseon Indians have opened up NWOAL play with a 25-22, 25-21, 25-17 sweep of Bryan. Big part of that was the play at the net of Joanna Tester, who's down on the court with our Miles Holiday.
Yeah, Tester did terrific. Our WOHio.live player of the game. There's your game ball. You get to keep that. Huge win to start your league season out. Tell us a little bit about the emotions right now.
I feel really happy. We all worked hard, so we all deserved it. Our passing, our setting, our hitting just clicked today, our serves, and it was just like, it was a great win. A great win to alert.
What was the game plan? They have a big front line. How are you guys able to go over top of that?
Well, we went in there knowing that it would be a tough game, but we all worked hard and we knew we could win and just worked our best and worked as a team.
You guys haven't had a great start to the season, but you're getting Lowe and Stevens back. What a difference does those two players make?
They're really competitive for sure, and they're really positive on the court, and we need them.
Are you the best athlete in the family?
Yes, for sure.
None of the brothers are even close, right?
Not at all. Not at all.
Your serve was absolutely fantastic tonight. Can you give us an example here of your serve? Give us a jump serve, hit it down that way. Last thing you're going to do tonight. Can you do it?
Yes. I don't know if I'm going to hit anyone, but.
Here we go. Tester to terrific. One more time. Oh, you took a little bit off that one. Thanks so much. Congratulations. Tester, our player of the game.
I like, by the way, no hesitation at all. Just automatically knew it. So a sweep for Wauseon. They will improve to 2-4. As we said, go to 1-0 in the NWOAL. Bryan will fall to 1-4 and 0-1. We want to thank everyone for making our night here in Wauseon possible, starting with the AD at Wauseon Schools, Matt Hutchinson. Can't thank Samantha Ryan enough for the work she's done on the camera tonight. And, of course, our producer and director, Ken Reeker. And, of course, Nick Fraley at WOSN for giving us some airtime to put these games on their TV network as well. So it's a sweep for Wauseon to kick off the NWOAL season. They knock off Bryan. For my partner, Miles Holiday, and our entire NWOhio.live crew, I'm Randy Roberts. Thanks for watching, everyone.